So after about probably 3-4 weeks, we are back working on some tractors with a video here. So it's been quite a while since I've done a video. So these are the two Super 12 tractors I was talking about in one of the last update videos. I was saying how I was going to restore them, so I took them all the way apart, got them to this point. I'll have linked in the description basically the exact same two tractors I restored about a year or so ago. They're basically the same, so I didn't really go in depth with it until now, because they're kind of the same. So this first one here has original 12 horse Tecumseh. Ordered a $15 carburetor for this one, so I'll just have to wait till that comes before starting it, because I don't feel like taking the carburetor off the other one. Otherwise, this one doesn't have a whole lot left and it's done. And then this other one I had running and driving earlier today until the spark plug decided to strip out in the head, which I got it back in there, but if you took it out one more time and put it back in, it probably wouldn't go back in. So I'm like, I have another head laying around for one of these engines, so I painted that up. And I'm getting ready to put that back on here. I cleaned it up and everything in here. So that looks fairly decent. This engine did smoke, so it's not going to be perfect under there. And it knocks pretty bad too. But might just change the oil, because the oil that it has is kind of black, and maybe put some thicker stuff in there and see what happens. But anyway, I'm going to get that head put back on here and maybe wait for the paint to dry a little bit longer before starting it, and then start it up here in a little bit, and hopefully it still runs, I'm assuming. Alright, so I got the replacement head put on the engine. So this will be the first start since I put that on there. Well, it runs at least. So the key switch doesn't work to shut the engine off. So just like one of the other ones I have, you have to use the choke to shut it off, at least at the moment. So I did some switching around. This is the tractor I just had running. So I took the carburetor off of that one and I put on the other one I haven't had running yet. The carburetor ain't going to be coming for a few more days, and I just couldn't wait to hear this engine run, and I wanted to move on with this video as well. So I got the choke hooked up, so I should be able to just start this. And I already had the carburetor tuned for that engine, so we'll see what happens. I don't really have any idea what's going to happen here, but here goes nothing. Oh wow. Well, that started really easy. Let's try to start it again. So no throttle, no choke. Wow, that's the first time I've had it running. That's kind of funny. I figured it was probably going to start right away, because that's a fresh carburetor off of that one. And then I knew it had spark, so I guess that's probably why. So now the next thing, which is the seats. I'll have to go find the second one. I'm sure I have one laying around somewhere. But this is original seat off of an ST16, I'm assuming. So as you can see, the cover on it is no good. So I'm going to take that off and hopefully be able to save this foam, even though it's kind of missing a chunk. But we'll see what happens with that. Then I have this white vinyl that I'm going to basically just throw over the top of that. Trim around the edges, and then just put some screws in there, screwing it to the metal pan, I guess. And then we got a seat. So unfortunately my camera broke that is on the tripod. I have a replacement coming, but unfortunately for today I don't have that. So I'm going to take this apart, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the progress the best as I can for what I have right now. Got the old cover taken off the seat. So I have the seat just laying on top of the vinyl. So I have a little bit just kind of pushed up here in the middle, so that way it actually pulls tight. So now what I'm going to do is just start someplace in the back, about right here. And I'm going to just start putting some screws through the vinyl into the metal of the seat, and then slowly make my way around as I'm kind of making sure it stays tight. And then while using the less amount of material as possible, so then that way you still have plenty for other seats on the material that you bought. So I got some screws put in. I haven't cut anything yet. I just got the screws put in. I'm leaving this all just kind of loose until I get it all put on. So this is what we have so far. It looks like a seat, sort of. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right here, but don't be too close to the seat. You do want a little bit to wrap around so you can screw it on like you did here. And then over here is where you got to have a little bit extra material to make sure you pull it tight enough so that way it actually forms to the seat. So I'm going to get this cut and then start getting that screwed on and come back and I'll show you what I have from there. Cut it out so there's about 2.5, maybe 2 inches or so going all the way around the metal pan of the seat. Now what I'm going to do first is this part right here where the bottom and the backrest come together. I'm going to pull this as tight as I can so that way it forms to the seat. And then I'm going to put probably 3 screws in the corner right here just to keep it tight. And then I can slowly put the rest of the screws in there. And so this side right here, it hardly has any foam. It goes right down to basically the metal I was showing you before. So what I got is I have this little piece of foam here that's ripped off of who knows what. I literally just found it laying on the ground. So I'm going to probably cut this so it matches a little bit better, and then I'm going to just shove this in there so then that way it fills up the spot. What I have done actually, if your foam is completely ruined, is you just go buy a piece of like 2-inch thick foam or find it off of who knows what. But you can find foam places, it seems like. And then just, you know, trim that foam so it fits on the metal pan of the seat. And then just do this exactly the same thing and you got yourself a seat with. So I'm going to get this in there and get this seat finished up and I'll show you the result and what it looks like. So I got that seat done. It's a little wrinkly, but hey, it's a seat. I probably should have painted it before putting it on, or, you know, putting the cover on and everything. But I've painted it after the fact before, and all I've done is I just sand this and then I just rattle can it white, and you do get a little overspray on this vinyl, but it's fine. It helps it blend together better. I don't know, I just say that, but I got steering wheel caps put on. Might have shown that before, but they're on now. Those are the 3D printed ones. So this is the one that I have with the Sears lettering on it. I don't really like it, but it'll work. And then this other one is like a black one that these tractors are originally supposed to have. I had to glue this one, and there was some blue glue because these steering wheels, they're kind of split from me taking them off, so they're larger than they should be where the cap goes. So that's on there. That looks pretty decent, other than the glue is blue. This is going to be it for this video. And then I'll have that carburetor coming sometime here. And then hopefully in the next video I get that put on. And then hopefully in that video we get some more stuff on these done. But yeah, that is it. And thanks for watching.